Hello people of Earth and elsewhere, and welcome back to SpamCrackers Plays Joestar Struck, aka JoJo's Bizarre Fan-Made Dating Simulator Demo. Now, I've already gone through the entire game, but I got the good end, so I'm gonna go through now and see if I can get any and all bad ends by changing up the answers that I gave before. And I'm just gonna kind of skip through all the text. I apologize for that. But you know, it has to be done. Blah blah blah, I'm going to a terrible school with a bunch of delinquents. The music plays, I'm grumpy, I'm not a morning person. I'm kicking a rock. The rock is my friend. I don't want to make friends. I'm grouchy. Everybody's already gotten into theirs. I'm not a delinquent. There goes the rock. I just killed my only friend. Stay on my toes, constant vigilance. And then, hey there, hey, and here comes Josuke again. Jump up, I take on a defensive stance, he laughs. Oh there, pal, I ain't looking for trouble, he seems nice enough, I use my fists down. So I guess I was right to assume that you're the new kid, right? Mr. Jonathan told me you'd be coming today. Is it that obvious? Ah, that's not a bad thing, you're just a fresh face is all. He leans in, and your uniform is pretty... ordinary? The teen laughs. Well, yeah, almost everyone spices them up. I made a mental note to spice up my uniform as soon as I can. Maybe a couple of pins on the lapel or something. Would that be thuggish enough? Mr. Jonathan asked me to give you a little tour. Oh, yeah. I'm Josuke, by the way. What should I call you? I didn't do this last time and I'm ashamed. You can call me Player 1. Well, Player 1, let's get going, shall we? Absolutely. Shows me around, kids milling into the hallways. Everything actually looks pretty ordinary. Nicer school than I used to go to. Maybe I'm just in good company. He's really talkative, giving me people to watch out for. He's quick to laugh, and has a certain charm that makes me feel at ease. Well, that's our humble little school. It's time to get to class now. I don't know, that roof could probably use another look over, don't you think? Are you serious? His eyes are gleaming with mischief, and I smile back at him. You know what? I think you're absolutely right. Let's go to the roof! I wanted to meet Mr. Jonathan last time, so I didn't pick that. As soon as we step foot on the roof, Josuke stretches his arms to the sky and tilts his head up towards the sun. Ah, this feels so good out here to be... Too good out here to be cooped up in a classroom. The way he's stretching in the sunlight kind of reminds me of a cat. Meow. It's cute. Hey, Player 1. He motions for me to follow him further onto the roof. Come on, let's get comfortable. Oh, I should have picked this before! He lays down on the ground and wasting no time in stretching out. His eyes are closed and there's a content smile on his face, only furthering my thoughts of him being like a cat. I like this. No art of Jonathan, but here we go. I lay down next to him. Wow, I get the appeal of this. Look at the little town and everything. Am I missing something down here? Is there something hidden by the text box? Like the Iggy in the classroom? The sun really does feel good. Nope, just Josuke's feet. I close my eyes and enjoy the sound of the breeze rustling the trees around the school. When the soft wind reaches us, it smells earthy and fresh. At this rate, I'm going to fall asleep. So what brought you to this school? I killed a man. I look over at Josuke, my body feeling lazy and heavy from the sun. By the way his eyelids are drooping, I can tell he's feeling the same way. How about... I want to say I killed a man, but my goal here is not to end up kissing Josuke, so why don't I ask him why he came here? Josuke arches an eyebrow knowingly. Avoiding the question, are we? Maybe. I shrug, avoiding his question again. Josuke puckers his lips out in thought before giving a shrug of his own. We don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. You are way too considerate. Josuke's route must be the nice guy route. We sit in silence for another long while. With a sleepy groan, Josuke sits up. He runs his hands through the back of his hair, seeming to make sure everything's still in place. We should probably head back before Mr. Jonathan freaks. I nod my head reluctantly. I could stay up here all day, but Josuke's right. Now I gotta go back and see what happens when I choose other things. Everyone looks at us when we enter the room, as to be expected. The teacher, Mr. Jonathan, stops writing on the board and gives us both a sunny smile, so it's the same as before. I was beginning to wonder if you two had gotten lost. I didn't think that Josuke would not get lost in the school, Jonathan. He looks at me and smiles even brighter. Well, if he keeps this up, I'm gonna go blind. You must be player one. It's great to meet you. It's nice to meet you, too. I mumble out some reply to the normal class and do the normal classroom introductions. Mr. Jonathan tells me 2 available seats. Now I'm going to sit by the window. This time I am an anime protagonist. I decide to take the window seat. There really isn't anything better than some warm sunlight. I find myself struggling to... man, I missed that. Back. I find myself struggling to keep my eyes open as Mr. Jonathan teaches. I would not be falling asleep if Jonathan was my teacher. The windows are open and a nice breeze is rolling through and tugging at the sheer curtains, making the classroom seem like a dream. The school really isn't that bad after all. So Josuke wasn't passing me notes this time. Before I know it, the last bell of the day is ringing and the students are shuffling out of the room. I grab my bag and get up in a stretch. Wow, I survived! Go me! Now it's time to go home and nap. I head out the door and nearly run into Josuke, who's standing there. He's just standing there. What's this guy want? Hey, player one! They're constantly breaking the fourth wall. Hey, you! Josuke shuffles his feet and I can see a blush rising to his cheeks. You wanna hang out, maybe? I mean, since it's your first day, you might have some questions and stuff. I thought I could buy you a juice or something and we could talk. If you want to, of course. So he asks you out regardless. Nah. My goal is to get a bad end, so... I'm not really in the mood, in all honesty. I feel a little bad because Josuke seems like a good kid, but my bed is calling me. I'm gonna have to take a rain check. Oh. Yeah, no worries. I feel kinda bad, but this is my goal. I can see he's disappointed, but hey, that nap ain't gonna take itself. I say bye to him and make my way out of the building. Day 2. I wonder if you can get multiple days if you just keep avoiding Josuke. School rushes by like before. Milk and vinegar. Making plastic. I don't care much for science. Whoa, be careful with that stuff. Josuke stumbles and hits the bookshelf. And he gets buried by a bunch of books. Miss Lisa is here. Unfortunately, don't get to see her. Josuke, are you okay? Not at all. Pick up the books off him, finding a space behind one, some text dedicated to the research of electrical conductivity in certain beetles. That's a hormone reference from part 2, by the way. I didn't point that out before. Higashikata, stay after class and clean up that mess. It was an accident. You made the mess. Yes, Sensei. Josuke pouts. I almost want to laugh. It's adorable. I'll stay and help. I look for Miss Lisa to Josuke. Wait, really? Yeah, I mean, you want to deal with this by yourself? He shakes his head and nearly jumps back up on his feet. Hell no, your help will be great. Higashikata. Language. Yes, Sensei. Nothing. They weren't organized in any certain order. I don't Josuke with a smile. I look at Josuke with a smile. He smiles back. Just in time to pout again when Miss Lisa tells the whole class to start wrapping up the milk experiment. You're rearranging the bookshelf. This bites. Kicks the shelf. Did I miss something? I worry for a second it'll come down on him again. So it didn't get on you? No, but it almost did. No? Okay, so I did read that before. He stares at me. Take my hand back. I pull my hand back and move too fast. I end up leaning away from Josuke, and the look in his eyes goes from hopeful to guarded. Oops. No oops, this is my goal. At least I'm gonna keep saying that. I can't shake the feeling that I messed up. Josuke grabs the books and the book we both reached for and turns away to set it on the shelf. You're welcome, man, is all I can muster. We continue to restock the bookshelf in silence. The air between us turns frigid, and it gets harder to find something to say. We end up working on opposite ends of the classroom to finish cleaning duty. All that's left is to dump out the trash. I volunteer and grab the bin before dashing out of the lab to escape the oppressive atmosphere. I finally feel like I can breathe. As I approach the dumpster, I notice a nearby figure leaning against the back wall of the school. I don't think anything of it until I make out a long white coat. Oh, I'm doing it! I'm getting the bad end, obviously! I did not see that coming. Isn't that the school nurse? I hope not! I glance from him to the dumpster, my nerves suddenly on end. The cigarette in between his lips isn't hard to miss once I'm close enough to smell it. Even in the midst of foul garbage, the smoke is thick. Dang it, I pretend not to see him at first, but I feel his eyes on me. My gut clenches and I feel sick. With the trash bin still in my hands, I force myself to look at him and greet him with the expected respect a student should have for school faculty. He nods back when I return to my task to dump the bin. I only want to get out of here and away from him, but when I start to head back to the science lab, my uniform gets snagged on the dumpster. As I'm falling, I reach to grab onto something, anything to stop myself from hitting the ground. But there's only the awkward scrap of ripped metal that caught my uniform. I wrap my fingers around it and don't notice the pain until it's paired with the impact of my ass landing on the concrete. I hiss and let go immediately. Blood gathers at the cut and I take in an impatient breath before standing back up. Great. That looks bad. The school nurse steps away from the wall, crushing the cigarette under his heel. That's the thing. Kira doesn't smoke, though, right? I gulp. I can take a look at that for you. No, thank you! I don't want that bad ending! He refers to my hand. I inspect it for myself, then turn to him. Oh, it's okay. It's not that bad. Thank you anyway, Yoshikage Kira. I'm sure you can already tell, but I'm the school nurse. Why? Come now, it's my job to make sure you kids are fighting fit. He smiles and nausea rolls over in my stomach. No, really, I'm fine. I can only smile at him in hopes he doesn't bug me again. He frowns but doesn't take any step further. Thank you. If you insist, at least tend to it with soap and water. I'll go back and see what happens when I take the other option later, but for now, no. Relief washes over me and I pick up the trash bin, more than eager to get out of here. Thank you. Bye now. Bye! I enter the classroom and spot Josuke putting away the broom. He sees me and offers a half smile. Oh, hey, you dealt with the trash? I nod, hiding the cut on my hand. Yeah, we're all done now, right? More or less. I got the bookshelf all neat, swept the floor, and you took care of the trash, so let's head home. I turn to keep my hand from his view and nod. Hell yeah, let's get out of here! I fake a smile and turn to rush out the door before him, but I'm being too weird and Josuke notices. What's with your... He spots my hand. Whoa, what happened? Your hand. It's nothing, I'm fine! He pouts and grabs my arm. My heart jumps into my throat and I have to force myself to look at him. Bullshit. He observes me, eyes pointing from my face to the hand that I'm still trying to hide. I shift on my feet. One space too much right there, I think. Damn you, Josuke. Why must you care so much? Did you hurt yourself? The look in his eyes tells me he's sincere. It makes my heart race. I forgot what the question was. Nah, I'm not so... I don't want to get this super bad ending, though. I'm gonna lie. I shake my head with a smile. A fake-ass smile. I'm okay. Really, I promise. You don't have to worry. I just dumped the trash, so if that's it, we can go home. Player one. I freeze. His voice is stern, and hearing him say my name sends me to another plane of existence for a brief moment. Yeah? Let me see. He holds out his hand to me, and I stare at it. It's really fine. No, it's not. I can see that it's hurt. Just let me check it out, okay? It's my fault you're even here in the first place. I reluctantly show him my injury. That's not true. I chose to help you. Right, so let me help you now. He turns my hand over in his to get a good look at the cut. It's not really that bad. That looks bad. Maybe a little bit. I'll be fine. I'll take care of it when I get home. How about the nurse? Wait, no. That guy is effing weird. No kidding! I gulp. Weird how? Let's just say I wouldn't be surprised if he was a serial killer. He probably collects his victims' hands as trophies or something. Yikes! Yeah, if I broke my leg, I'd rather tough it out than get checked out by him. Then going to him is out of the question. Like I said, I'll just hurry home and take care of it there. Josuke reaches to carefully grab my arm again. Let me help. The distress in his expression melts into something that makes the blood rush to my face. His eyes are soft and his smile is gentle. Come on. I can bring myself to suffer through that nurse's freakiness to get a bandage or something. Don't do it, Josuke. I really need to get home. I slowly take my arm back, avoiding looking at Josuke head on. The tension thickens in the air. I feel myself get nervous, acutely aware of the frigid silence between us. Fine. He lets go and takes a step around me to leave the classroom. Don't look, don't watch, don't say anything. I just can't bring myself to. A painful ache in my chest sends my heart pounding. It's suddenly hard to stand straight. I take a step back and bump into the wall, leaning against it. I give myself a few long seconds to wait. It's quiet, except for his fading footsteps. Before long, there's nothing. Please tell me I can just leave by myself. I inhale deep and leave the classroom. If I run into Kira again, I'm gonna freak out. I'm walking down the hallways of the school, nursing my aching heart, plagued with the feeling that I did something wrong. I watch my feet like a scolded child. Was it something I said? Intentionally? Something I did? Yes. Josuke looked bothered, kind of upset. I messed up somewhere. I know I did. I pause mid-step to look up, and I hear approaching footsteps. A spark of hope ignited in my gut. It's Kira again. But it's just some other student, and then the spark dies, evaporating into the black void of my unease. Oh, is some other student? Okay, that's a little... Okay, I keep walking, pathetically alone, and mentally prepare myself for a lonely, friendless school year. Bad end. Whew. Okay, so it looks like there are multiple... So it's just like good end and bad end and then horrible end. I don't want to go to the nurse's office, but I've got to check out that route. Oh boy. Well, let's just keep going at it. Why not? I should probably start randomly saving. Once I'm going to go and I'm going to just... I'll edit everything together so that you guys can just see where it is that I make all of my split-off decisions. I'll learn about multiple save spaces later. Until then, I'm just gonna kind of zip through this. Hey, Josuke? What's it to ya? The guy gives an awkward laugh. Well, I mean, Mr. Jonathan asked me to give you a little tour. Oh, yeah. I'm Josuke. What should I call you? I'm gonna stick with player 1 for now. Distance myself from the experience, as it were. Yeah, let's get going. Actually, I think that what I'm gonna do this time... Well, we end up in the classroom regardless, so... Let's go back up there, to the roof again. What brought you to this school? Now, all of these answers could probably be the same. I'm gonna say I killed a man. Josuke grins. Is that so? Yep, I threw that bastard down a storm drain and he drowned. Wow, you're a stone-cold killer. The irony of that statement kills me. If only he knew. What are you in for? The same, believe it or not. What a coincidence. Yeah, except it was a bank heist gone wrong. Ah, been there, done that. Definitely not fun. Josuke and I look at each other with serious expressions before breaking into fits of giggles. As we mellow out, I'm struck by how wonderful this scene is. Fat clouds ambling across the blue sky, lungs full of cold air, skin warm with laughter and sunlight. And sharing it all with a pretty boy. We should probably head back before Mr. Jonathan freaks out. I was wondering if we'd gotten lost. I do regular introductions as player number 1. Okay, so to sit by the window again, or what? I'll sit by the window again. Not bad. Okay, and when I meet up with Josuke, I'll go ahead and get a juice with him this time, so that I can see what other turtle stuff I can do. Hey, player 1. Hey, you. Shuffles his feet. It's first day. You might have some questions and stuff. If you want to. Sure, let's do it. Why not? The guy seems nice enough. And I get free juice. That sounds nice. Alright, awesome. Free juice is good juice. I sit on the wide edge of the fountain as Josuke goes to the nearby vending machines. Almost everyone has already left. There are a few stragglers here and there, but other than that, we're alone. Why the hell does the school need a fountain? Because the fountain pays for itself. I believe I said that last time. Still pretty cool, though. Sorry to keep you waiting. I take the apple one. He has the grape one. What do you think? Of what? Of the school. It's not bad. Definitely not what I was expecting. All the new people say that. I open my juice and take a sip. It's nice and cold. Does the school get a lot of new kids? Josuke shrugs. I wouldn't say we get a lot. He pauses. You're definitely one of the coolest we've had in a while, though. Did he just call me cool? Of course, I'm awesome. Why is it that everything this guy says is just cute? Because he's Josuke. I feel my face heat up and I look down at my juice. We sit in silence for a while, just enjoying each other's company, taking sips of our beverages. Ah! Yeah, Josuke freaks out. And then we see the turtle. It's so cute. No, he's not. The little bastard is looking at me. There's no reason to be scared, Josuke. He barks out a forced laugh. You think I don't know that? I can't help what scares me. It's obvious he's freaked out. I can't hold his curtness against him. It's all good, Josuke. I pick up his abandoned juice can and walk over to him. He takes the can from me, and I can see that his hands are trembling. Maybe we should wrap it up for the day? Josuke swallows thickly and nods his head, even never taking his eyes off the turtle. We walk towards the school gate, Josuke casting nervous looks behind him like the turtle might be lumbering towards him even now. We say our goodbyes and part ways. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that we do a save there. I'm gonna try just a little different. Blah 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 blah. I'll stay and help. Hormone references. Miss Lisa, are you gonna teach us hormone, please? La 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 la. I'll go ahead and stare back and not make it awkward this time. I have to say something. Thank him. My voice catches in my throat, and the sucker punch of embarrassment has me averting my gaze. Thank you. I didn't sound thankful at all. Hopefully he doesn't catch on to how much of a mess I am. I grab the book and make the move to put it away. You're welcome. There's an edge in his words, and that makes me nervous. Is he mad? I shake off the discomfort, and that starts to weigh on my shoulders, and continue working with Josuke to clean up the class. He doesn't speak to me, and I can't think of anything to say to him. The most I can do is keep helping him. But the frigid feeling in the atmosphere isn't helping. You can go home if you want to. Josuke speaks up behind me, and I almost jump out of my skin. I didn't notice him approach me. Wait, what? But we're not done. It's fine. He shrugs his shoulders. I feel kind of bad that you're staying here to help me clean up. Oh. I look around. The class is still a bit of a mess. The floor needs sweeping, the trash needs dumping, and we're only 3/4 of the way done with the bookshelf. Get on it, developers! You need a grammar checker! I mean, I really don't mind helping, but are you sure? Is it a blow to your pride to have me here? I throw in an awkward smile with my awkward joke. Josuke shrugs and rolls his eyes. Yeah, let's put it that way. Oh. Dang, I shift my feet uncomfortably. So, yeah, go on home. Aww. Should I just make another save? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna make another save there. And I'm gonna go home for now. Well, okay, then I'll head home. I hesitantly look around the class. If he's really okay with dealing with the rest of this by himself, then who am I to get in his way? Good luck with the rest. Josuke says nothing and only gives me a quick nod before fetching the broom. I gather my school bag and my belongings, making sure I haven't forgotten anything. A nagging in the back of my mind prompts me to check on Josuke. When I do, I catch the darkened look in his eyes. He's pouting, but it's less cute and more brooding this time. I feel my heart sink into my stomach. I should probably just get out of here. Bad end again. So let's load here again. And see what happens when I stay and help. I shake my head. No, I'll stay. I said I'd help you, so I'm gonna help you. This time, a real smile. Josuke blinks, his eyes widening ever so slightly. He smiles and his complexion turns rosy. Guess I can't stop you. Thank you. It'll definitely be less of a drag with you around. Geez, I hope so. Can't believe you were willing to submit yourself to crypt-like silence. He shrugs again and approaches the broom closet. Let's get back to it then. Of course, I'll take care of the trash. I grab the bin and leave the class. I approach the dumpster. Cigarette smoke clings to the air despite the foul garbage. What do I do this time? I laugh at myself, occupied with the thought of some stereotypical delinquent smoking where he shouldn't be. I quickly empty the bin and I hold my breath to avoid the stink. With the task complete, my business behind the school is finished. But when I turn to head back to the science lab, I fall, scrap of metal, cut myself. Great. I throw a glare at the sharp metal before looking over the cut on my hand. It's not bleeding that much, and I figure I'll survive. We're almost done with cleaning duty anyway. I'll take care of it when I get home. Oh good, I didn't run into the nurse this time. I enter the classroom and spot Josuke putting away the broom. He sees me and offers a half smile. Oh, hey, you dealt with the trash? I nod, hiding the cut on my hand. All taken care of. We getting out of here? More or less. I got the bookshelf all neat, swept the floor, I took care of the trash, so let's go home. Hell yeah, let's get out of here. He catches my injury. I shrug. The cut isn't that bad. That looks bad, maybe a little bit. No, that guy is weird. Weird how? You see, if I had done that before, I would have gotten the implication, but I just ran into him before. Yeah, I broke my leg. I had to tough it out. Carefully grabs my arm. We help. The distress in his expression melts into something that makes the blood rush to my face. I can bring myself to suffer through the nurse's freakiness to get a bandage or something. Okay, I'll appreciate the help this time. I can sigh and give a slight nod. Okay, I get the feeling you're not gonna stop until I hope. He gives a smile. Damn right. Wait there. I'll get a bandage for you. Don't let the nurse kill you! He leaves his school bag with me and darts down the hallway. I pull out a stool to sit and wait. The cut on my head starts to throb and I flex my fingers. That's gonna make a badass battle scar. Player 1 versus the dumpsters of Gyuniku Academy. I smirk to myself and Josuke barrels back into the science lab. I'm here! I got the bandage and some alcohol pads. Again, obviously stands don't exist in this world, otherwise you would have just fixed it with Crazy Diamond, but whatever. Oh, my knight in shining armor. I stick my tongue out at him and he returns the gesture. How was dealing with that nurse? Oh, geez, he was weird. He pulls up a stool to sit next to me and I offer him my hand. He was telling me to just bring you there so that he could take a look at you himself. Josuke fusses with disinfectant pads, setting my hand palm up on his knee. But I said, hell no, and that I'll take care of it. So he gave the stuff and I hurried back. His face twists upon smelling the rubbing alcohol. With a gentle touch, he cradles my hand in his, softly pressing the pad against the cut. As expected, it stings like hell. I stop myself from closing my fist and let Josuke do what he wants. I'd rather have you look at me than the nurse. Look after me. Josuke's head lifts to look at me. My heart skips a beat upon realizing what I said. Because, well, you said he was so weird. I avert my gaze, fumbling with my save. What? But Josuke just laughs and throws me a blinding smile. Guess it's a good thing I didn't take you to him then. I only nod, trying to hide my blush. Josuke unwraps the bandages and patches my hand up. He handles my injury carefully, mindful not to accidentally hurt me. So, what a gentleman. There, it should be all good to go. But he still held on to it to give it another look. How's it feel? Fine. Good. Thank you. Good. But you. I want to scream. I'm good, thank you for asking. I mean, you know what I mean. Josuke still hasn't let go of me, and I don't want him to. Gosh, let me start over. I clear my throat. Thank you, Josuke, for helping me. I really appreciate it. You're a good friend. I smile and find the courage to look into those eyes. He's smiling back and still isn't letting go. You're welcome, player 1. But I'm not done yet. Huh? What else? I'm cut short as Josuke lifts my hand towards his mouth. My eyes widen and I can only watch him as he presses his plush lips against my palm. There, an extra something so it heals faster. Am I dead? Have I arrived in heaven? I open my mouth to speak, but nothing comes out. What do I say? What can I say? Ready to head home? He beats me to it and stands, letting go of me. A piece of my heart plummets out of my chest. Yeah, let's go. I stand after him and we enter the hallways together. Neutral end. Okay, so there is a neutral end. Good. Oh, dear. Okay, so I've gotten the good end, one bad end, and a neutral end. I should probably go see the horrible end, shouldn't I? I should probably go find the horrible end. Oh, man. Kira's the nurse. Oh, dear. Let's load at the beginning of day 2. I'm gonna try one other thing, and then I'll go ahead and confront the nurse. I wonder if what you do on day 1 actually affects what happens on day 2. Well, whatever. We've got a pretty neutral thingamajigger going on here. La 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 la. Take... Shoot, that's the wrong one. Whoops, I forgot. Well, here I go. Kira doesn't smoke. Kira doesn't smoke, right? I'm not getting that wrong? Yep. Smoke is thick. Yeah, and I'm gonna cut my hand on the trash bin. You may as well get the horrible, potentially horrible, possibly, definitely horrible ending over with. He refers to my hand. I inspect it. Okay, it's not that bad, thank you. He's the nurse. Sure, I'd appreciate your help, Sensei. Follow Kira back inside the school, the trash bin tucked under my arm, trying to keep my injured hand elevated. I walk behind him. The nurse isn't one for words and keeps quiet. But I don't mind. I don't have anything to say. I just want this cut to be treated so I can finish cleaning duty with Josuke. Oh crap, that's right. Josuke is probably waiting on me. I shrug it off, though. Not much I can do at this point. When I show up later to return the bin and he sees that I hurt myself, I'm sure he'll understand why I went MIA. It's a shame that happened to you. Your hands are beautiful. Kira looks at me from over his shoulder. Something sinister glints in his eye, but that's probably just me being nervous. No, it's me being smart. In a way, he is intimidating. I don't know the half of it. Thank you? I'm not sure what to make of his compliment. The nurse's office. We arrive at his office, and I hesitantly step in after him. Maybe it's not too late to change my mind. Can I change my mind? I need to disinfect that cut. Dumpsters are a vile breeding ground for harmful bacteria. You wouldn't want to get an infection. He's right. I should swallow my nerves and just let him do his job. Having to sit through being in his uncomfortable company has got to be better than getting some gross infection. Not necessarily, but what if it's bad enough that they'll have to take my hand off? Stop it! I take my seat on the stool he offers me, setting the bin on the floor. I watch him pick out some bandages and a bottle of disinfectant. Kira holds out his hand to take mine, and I oblige. I'm almost in shock at how soft his skin feels. It's not usual for older men to take this much care of their skin, let alone their hands, right? No, it's definitely weird. Let's hope this doesn't leave much of a scar. I want to ignore the way his thumb brushes over my knuckles as he turns my hand over in his. It feels too intimate. Kira dabs a cotton ball in the rubbing alcohol and lightly presses it against my cut. As expected, it stings like hell. I take a sharp breath and almost clench my fist against the pain. He continues cleaning my wound despite my wordless protest. Almost done. Then let me out. I can feel myself relax at his words. He reaches for the bandages only to pause for a brief second before handing me a pad of gauze. He stands. Wait there and hold that against the cut. Where'd it go? I obey and he walks past me towards a supply cabinet I don't pay much mind, focused on the chore he gave me. The gauze starts to dot with small bloodstains. I hear Kira behind me sorting through whatever nurse supplies he has stocked. Voices and laughter in the hall echo into the room. Kira closes the door and peeks out the room's windows. I'm getting the horrific ending, aren't I? Even this late in the day, and these kids are still so rambunctious. I don't respond, assuming he's talking more to himself than to me. He sits back in front of me and holds out his hand. He returned with some other supplies, new bandages, and other first aid stuff I don't care to identify. I turn my eyes away from the pile on the counter and give him my hand. His grip around my wrist suddenly turns tight, and I grunt in surprise. I try to pull away from him, but he only yanks me closer. He grabs for something out of the pile, and it glints under the ceiling lights. What the hell are you? It's a scalpel. Why the hell does the school nurse have something like that? There might actually be reasons, but I'm gonna not question it. I search Kira's face for answers, but he's too occupied with swinging the tool down towards me. It cuts into my wrist. Panic swells inside me, and I try to stand up quickly to get away, but his vice grip and pulling makes me lose my balance. I gotta be more careful when I'm reading. I topple over, and my head clips the corner of the counter. Everything goes dark. Dead end. I knew that was coming. I did it, though. It's been a while, so I might go back and see if there's anything else I can do. There might be a couple more endings to experiment with. I'll go into that in just a little bit. But for all, that'll be it for this video. No more running into the nurse. I did it. No more running into the nurse. Dead end, jeez. Yeah, that's it. Thanks everybody for watching this up until this point. I will continue to do the extra thing. I thought I could get through all of it, but as it turns out, I'm probably not going to edit this nearly as much as I, intended to. So yeah, there will probably be one more part for this demo where I experiment a little bit. Or maybe not. If I record this and I find out there's barely any difference between those endings, then meh. I might not upload it, but expect something on Saturday, worst case scenario. I just got the worst case scenario, my gosh. But yeah, I'm done with that for now, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. That's all for now, ciao!